Morning to you, Eileen. All right. Now, 7th of June, 2021. Today's a Monday. All right. Monday. Now, today you can see I got two faces on the screen. All right. All right. Obviously, if you recognize them, that is Dr. Fauci and that is Joe Biden. All right. The US president. So the White House defends Dr. Fauci over lab leak emails. All right. Apparently, there are 2,000 emails. Now, when I see this 2,000, right, straight away, someone came to my mind. Can anyone tell me if you have been following the US politics? All right. Someone email was also founded, all right, after the presidential election, all right. And of course, it created a mayhem and created a problem. But after that itself, right, it was just hide under the rag and no one remembered this. Who was that? Clinton? Which Clinton? Colin, which Clinton? All right, can we have a right one? Which Clinton are you referring to? Biden's son? Okay, but that was during the election last year. I think about the last election. Do you remember what happened? Yes, Mrs. Clinton, all right, or Hillary Clinton, all right. Apparently, remember this? After when Clinton lost her battle to Donald Trump, right? After about probably a year later. So again, we have all the leaked emails. Suddenly all the leaked emails will come out and then whack her and stuff like that. Then after that, Donald Trump was like, want to prosecute her, the one yes or no, the end of the day, it just hide under the rag. So apparently it's all right today when I saw this thing, it just remind me that it is the same thing again. All right, someone, okay, wait, okay, just someone just needs the Susan, there's someone that needs to come in. I think it's Edmund. I think he doesn't know how to come into the Edwin Xiao. Susan, you need to guide him, Edwin Xiao, to come into our this morning MAO. All right, let me just help him on the side then. Okay, so basically this is what actually happened. All right, so remember that in the history. Okay, we'll come to that very shortly. And why is it so important? Because if last night, if you joined us in yesterday's lucky draw, I think one of our speaker, this Benedict, he also talked about this particular topic. All right, and just this morning itself, we've seen a lot of stuff regarding about this conversation here. Okay, let me just close all my chats. Okay, all right. So before we start this morning MAO, I realized that it's very important. Even my very beginning sharing also caused a little bit of problem. So I'm gonna tell you this, guys. I need you to do me a little favor. Okay, do me a little favor. It's all right. Watch this screen and accept the disclaimer. And once you accept this, you have identified me. Okay, that's going to be very, very important. Okay, all right, good. Let's continue. So this is Dr. Fauci cartoon, which I really likes it a lot. Okay, I'm pleased to award Dr. Anthony Fauci the Nobel Prize for Medicine and ... While we are at it, a Nobel for Peace, Oscar for Best Supporting Actor, an Emmy for a reality show. And when I see this cartoon, I really think that it fits everything. All right. Why do I say that? Because I will show you the history of Dr. Fauci in a way, the last 5 years. Okay. And you will see that things really transited. Right. We don't know him at all until Donald Trump brought him in. And after Donald Trump brought him in himself in 2020, things get so interesting, all right? So not 5 years, actually last 2 years. All right, so it's so interesting. So let's watch this, okay? So initially, it's all right. Donald Trump was really, really supporting this Dr. Fauci. And whatever what Fauci says, Donald Trump like, yes, this is the guy, this is the right guy and stuff like that, okay? So we saw this. Dr. Fauci deserved better from US administration, okay? So that was what happened. Then after that, it's right. There is a magnifying conflict between Dr. Fauci and Donald Trump. You can see that the position changed a little bit. Then, of course, after that, you have Donald Trump threatened to fire Dr. Fauci in brief with the disease expert. Okay. And of course, now Donald Trump, after stepping down as a president. He is doing a rare public outing. He denounces Fauci in a rare public outing, all right, recently. And he basically, get very confident that Fauci seemed to know something that, wasn't told to him back then. So this is really the thing happening. All right. So some people say that what's Colin say, he roti prata here and there. But this is really interesting. So what do you think? All right. What do you think about Dr. Fauci in your opinion? Do you think that Dr. Fauci can be trusted? Or you think that, you have another view of Dr. Fauci, right? Let me hear you guys. Now, morning MAO is all right. I want to make it very interesting. I don't want it to be just only I talking. It's not just like, a YouTube. It's not a YouTube channel whereby I talk and y'all listen and absorb everything I say. I want y'all to interact with me. So let's talk about this. What do you think? Can Dr. Fauci be trusted? What's your opinion on this? Please key your answer right now. Let me take a look at your sharing. All right. But meanwhile, you're at this. Do me a favor, like it. All right. Now, some people do ask me how to like it. I think on handphone you can't really like it. If you use online watching this, you can like it. It'll be easier. All right. Those who like is Eric, Brian, Eric, Erling, Fred, Susan, Colin, Philip, Danho, Kelza. Thank you so much. All right. So what we have is that right now we have this Anthony say cannot be trusted. Kelza say can be trusted. Judy say can be trusted. Fred say not. Gary say not. Eric say questionable. Carl give a thumbs down. Lawrence give a falsy. That's a good one. Okay, I like that. Okay, like that. Okay. All right. Then this Michael say cannot be trusted. Selective release of information to benefit the situation depending who's in power. In short, lalang. That's a good one, Eric. That's a very good one that you make it good. All right. Fred says that Fauci acting like a politician. Philip say can. Eugene say nope. Okay. All right. Thank you guys for all your contribution. You guys excellent. That is how we do our MAO. Okay. We interact because it's our own student. So we don't need to fear what people say. We are here today just because we are in the same community. All right. Although this video is recorded later on and put on YouTube, but I say again, they have no right to comment on anything. You guys have the absolute right to comment in anything you wish to say. Okay. So the thing is this, why do I bring up this history? Because now if you Google Dr. Fauci on Google, you do not write anything else, you will see now, right, there's a lot of articles about his emails, which obviously some Chinese virologists says that the emails prove that her Wuhan lab leak claims is true. And of course, but on the opposite side, NBC says that Dr. Fauci don't prove a Wuhan conspiracy, but raises questions. And BBC says that the White House defend Dr. Fauci. Okay, so you see a negative, a neutral, and a positive. All right, so you can see that this is very interesting in the media. So it's all depending which position you stand. So if you're into conspiracy theory, you would think that what NDTV says is correct. If you're thinking that being realistic here is being practical, you may stand on the NBC side. But you think that no, I think that he's not wrong, then you stand on BBC side. So you see, this is how they play this game. Beautiful. All right, so this is, of course, for some juiciness of this morning. Let's just talk about this lady, all right? She is a doctor, okay, just FYI. All right, she says that, right, let me just bring it out to you, okay? A Chinese virologist, all right? She says that she already knows that there is this virus itself, right, came from a Wuhan lab. And apparently her name is Dr. Li Meng Yan, all right? She is the first to research on the emerging coronavirus, and she was forced into hiding after accusing Beijing of a cover-up. Oh, wow. Okay, this is something incredible. So now she says that with this Dr. Fauci emails that have leaked out, she knows that her claims is actually right. Wow, interesting. And of course, she says that, right, they chose to hide for the Chinese Communist Party. So who are they? I think we all know. And of course, because you see, she came in to verify, her work since last January. Then after that, they keep on saying that she knows it. she told it, but apparently itself there was a lot of cover up. And apparently itself, right down, how many emails are there? Apparently 3,000 pages of emails. Wow. Okay. So it seems to be quite interesting, and it's actually obtained by Washington Post. Okay. All right. So what do you think? Okay. All right, Eric, by the way, Eric, indirect acknowledging it. Is it? Okay. Okay, so the thing is this furthermore, all right, so now BBC came in and defended the president, top coronavirus advisor, Dr. Anthony Fauci, right? He said that I'm confident in Dr. Fauci, all right, Joe Biden, okay. So why is Joe Biden so confident with Dr. Fauci? So he says that end of the day, right, he's an undeniable asset. And of course, Donald Trump doesn't see that way. He said that Dr. Fauci knows about the gain of function of research and what he did know, all right? And the best part is our dear Donald Trump say China should pay $10 trillion to America and the world for the death and the destruction they have caused. Okay. So, wow. Okay. So it seems that this is a very big conspiracy theory now. So the best part is this, usually when America has such a thing itself, right, America will actually, in a way will be citing their own people and of course, try to whack the other country. But you can see over here itself, right, the current president doesn't seem to be doing that in a way. And the ex-president is actually saying that, yeah, go for it. So you realize that this is a very interesting story. And if you actually look through the entire US election until today itself, it's very clear that it seems to be someone do know something, all right? So yes, indeed, Colin, I will buy what you just said. They are in the same ship together. If one sing, the other will sing too. I think I totally agree with you. For those who understand what Colin have just said, all right, just give a thumbs up, okay? If you actually understand what Colin have just said, okay, I want to go details. Donald Trump is actually correct, but need to be the scapegoat. Well, I think we all probably know. If you guys have been following by MAO, I did say something along that line. If you remember that little story I shared with you. So end of the day is this, okay? End of the day is this: when you need to remove someone from power, where the people love him so much, you probably need another resource to actually cut down the number of supporters. And of course, you may need external help to ensure this thing go through. So I think if you guys are following the US politics from the last year to this year, you probably know what am I trying to share with you, okay? So guys, this is cool, right? Early morning, we have such a conspiracy theory coming up. All right, so this is from Robert Downey. All right, remember that just because you hit bottom doesn't mean you have to stay there. I totally agree with this, all right? Now, when I was in my lower part end of my life, I was at the bottom. Someone did tell me this, Cal, you are now at the bottom, right? Which I totally say, yes, I am. I'm really at the bottom now. I'm so tired. This person tell me, say, look, you're at the bottom now. That means there's no lower you can go, but up. Wow. When he said this to me, it's all right. I was like, okay, that's a pretty good one. And that's why I want to tell you guys this. Let's motivate one another. Don't let life hit you, okay? Hit back. Okay, you may actually see miracle, all right? So don't give up. And of course, that's why even every morning in Sabra, I'm still doing this for you guys. Every morning at 5 a.m., I'm up to do all this information we're sharing with you guys. All right, this MAO, today's content MAO is about 4 hours. That means I actually did it over the weekend already. Weekend, I start to collect data for all of you. So it's about 4 to 5 hours MAO content. I have to read through, scan through, check, verify the source, and then I post. That's why hell of a job, all right? Okay, so the thing is this, what are the reasons to stay bullish for now? All right, let's take a look. Now, Cathie Wood is bullish, all right? Cathie Wood says that ARK Invest has just bottomed and a massive rebound could be coming, all right? Apparently, Cathie Wood is very, very confident. She felt that, right, this thing will be very good and useful for her. She says to Bloomberg, now you can see that this is Cathie Wood, so-called her diversification in different areas. So you can see that in year 2020, well, she put in $65 million into ARKK, and after she bought in more stuff, okay, you can see that. So basically at different places, he put up more money lah. Okay, but I think the problem is that the money that she put in and the value now itself, right, is not really going up. In fact, most of her counters are down by 20%. All right, most of the counters are down by 20%. So that's why that got people a bit feeling worried. But of course, she came in and said that nothing to worry about, all is good. So let me bring up the video that she did with Bloomberg recently. All right, let's hear it out.
What has happened is our price targets for the next 5 years, that's our investment time horizon, have not changed, right?
Not at all. Yeah.
In fact, some of them have gone up as quarterly results have come out. Now, they're not going to change that much because that one quarter's result is not going to change a 5-year price target by that much. But the forces that the coronavirus put in motion, supporting all of the innovation that in which we invest, they are not looking back. And so what we are seeing is, a 30 to 40% discount to peak prices in February for the same price targets. So we're looking at this saying, all right, on sale, innovation is on sale. And oh, by the way, the bull market has broadened out. It is now embracing value and more cyclical stocks. So what has happened is the bull market has broadened, has strengthened, and that is usually a launching pad for our next move up.
Cathie.
All right, so you heard it yourself, okay? You heard it yourself, okay? So that what Cathie Wood is trying to say is that right now, okay, let me just bring it up to you, okay? Okay, so let me just bring to you and explain to you if you didn't get it. Okay, so basically Cathie Wood is saying that, okay, the stock market have risen, okay, that was in February for her stocks, okay, that was in February. Okay, and then after that, her stock basically came down, right? Now, that time, her reason why her stock was going up because she was setting a target here at a much higher level. All right, now the stocks now in June is trading around here, which is about 10 to 20% down. So now that she's saying that, okay, you see, in February, when we are calling for it, we are aiming here and people agree. But now the thing is that the current price is much lower. And that means that, right, wow, if you buy now or you invest now, you have more to gain from here. And she says that because of the coronavirus has been settled down. And that means that, right, there is a higher chance that the market will be going to here, in fact. So that means it's a new revised, okay, it's a revised target, okay, here, revised, sorry for my spelling. All right, revised target. So what happened is that she says that, right, there will be even higher level to go. So what do you think? All right, do you think that she is absolutely right? Those who think she's right, key the word right, R-I-G-H-T. If you think she's wrong, just key the word wrong. Or if any words that you want to add in to surface, to represent your view on this, please key them right now. All right, let's take a look right here. Now, it's always good to have this little consensus sharing so that not only you get involved in this, you can also give yourself a better feel of the market. Now, one person feel is okay, 2% feel is good. But if you have a good group of people who is sharing, this may actually hold you back a certain decision. It may influence you, it may help you, it may detract you, but at least it's something that it comes genuine from everybody's mind. So what do you think? Guys, let me hear you guys. What do you think? Okay, so Eric say misleading bait. Okay, all right, good luck to her, say Anthony. All right, Fred say she may be right, all depends on the timeline. Okay, well, she says in quite a near time, I think 3 to 5 years, but she says that. Okay, all right, Philip say I don't think so. Okay, all right. Okay, so basically I can see you guys are coming with your answers. That's excellent. But apparently this is what she said to Bloomberg. How she needs investment, so of course she will say, "Oh, it's good." Okay, agreeable. I think that sometimes in life, you know what you want to say. You wish to say, but you cannot say certain things in life. I think that is very fair. Wow, Colin gave a bold statement. 5 years, her ARKK probably less than $100 per share. Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. All right. So let me explain to you what she also added on other places about why she thinks that this rotation from growth is going to value the stock market and strengthen this bull. So apparently it's right, this thing called taproot. Have you all heard before of taproot in Bitcoin market? Have you heard before? This is the first time I'm hearing this. I really didn't know that. All right, what do you think? Taproot. All right, taproot, I thought it's a science word, but it is a science word. But it's just like apparently it's a new highly anticipated Bitcoin software upgrade. And it's nearing activation. And this is coming from ARK Invest. So which means that, right, if this taproot really comes in, it will help Bitcoin to work better. And of course, that will actually increase the value of Bitcoin. So actually now, right, I'm just thinking about this. If she's actually right on here, all right, which you don't see on mainstream media, then obviously, then of course, this Elon Musk, what he's doing now, is he purposely try to slam the market down and to let all the boys buy a chip again before the taproot come in. So apparently this taproot activation, I haven't really get into understanding of this, but it seems a bit, well, looks cool in a way. So I dig a little bit for you, and apparently this is what is written there. Taproot is a soft fork that improves Bitcoin script to increase privacy and improve upon other factors related to the complex transaction. Transaction on Bitcoin network can use for various features that make them more complex, including time lock release, multi-signature requirement, and others. So apparently, right, it seems that this thing is going to help Bitcoin. But I don't really see much article on this. So if actually she's right, then of course, then all her innovation counters will do even better. So maybe she's right? That is only if, let's say, this taproot thingy do actually come out. So if anybody knows anything about this taproot, please feel free to comment in the comment box so that we can learn from one another, okay? This is something that I have not heard before, right? Cool, right? This is why, I really do a lot of work for all of us because I really want to get the best for you guys. Okay, Hong Kong is going to begin soon. So I move to Hong Kong first right now just to not to miss the market. Let's take a look here. Okay, let's look at market first. Now, China A50 have just started trading and now we are seeing it down a little bit. Now, China today we need to watch out for is a new BNB. So new BNB, I'm going to put it in. Okay, so we have the MA30 and MA200 that is at the lower end, but still pretty far away. The MA30 is going to be here. Okay, same level. Okay, now what we have right now, you can see over here is that the market had purposely touched the blue line and recovered. Okay, that is why I told you guys the blue line is so powerful. Okay, the MLP or the big white candle. And you look at the China A50, once it touches the blue line, straight away it rebounded. So those who capture it right, congratulations to you. MLP is in the middle right now. All right, time check now is there. Let's look at Hong Kong right now, Hong Kong. Now for Hong Kong today, we are very near to the MA30. So, but then again, let's see how Hong Kong will open this morning. Now this morning, there is some cause and concern for the potential interest rate. So let us see how it goes. Okay, let's go and look at the market right now. Hong Kong is going to open up very soon. Let's go to the day chart and let's begin. Okay, we have Hong Kong today is a CCRY. It's a CCRY with the KSI green. So by logic, it's supposed to be very bullish. But let's see how it goes today. Okay, so let's go. Hong Kong is to start in about 7 seconds time. All right, let's just take a look. Okay, let's go. Okay, Hong Kong has gapped down because of, you can see right now that the China market was down, US market was down a little bit. Hong Kong has gapped down to 28,973 as opening price. All right, it's coming down a little bit fast. All right, so what to do today? Now, KSI is green, so that means the market will have support at the lower end. So watch out for KTR -1 to -3. If the market do hit KTR -1 to -3 and it performs a CCRY on the 5-minute chart, you can look out for potential buy. Okay, remember that. Now, if you're a short seller shorting the Hang Seng, then also remember that the KSI is green in color. So do consider take profit at KTR -1 to -3 region. Okay, so kindly take note of that. Okay, this is something very important. So traders today, the pivot 1 is here, pivot 2 is here. The market opens right smack in the middle. So I would say that the first support should be at the KCB at 28,864. I think that will also give us around KTR -1 range. Okay, so basically that's what I see. I don't see much downside for Hang Seng unless there is a sell-off in Hong Kong and sell-off in China and US market. All right, at the moment now, because of rules, I have to tell you this, that the downside could be limited for Hang Seng. Okay, I'll come back to this later on. Okay, all right. So I just saw some writing from Jimmy. Jimmy says that making them more complex means more energy required to solve those transactions. I totally agree with you this in a way, Jimmy. Apparently, you're right. I agree with you that. But of course, who cares when the money can be made easier or much more. The target means that you do something more complicated, which make it even strengthen the privacy. I think more people will buy into this. Don't you agree with me? Because the main thing of Bitcoin itself is to transfer of wealth creation in a way, and of course is to do privacy act. So the more people, the more complicated it is, or more private it is, the value of this so-called crypto will worth higher. So that's why, to me, is that right? If there's going to be any sell-off in the cryptocurrency market, really a big one, this is a good time to go and buy more. Really, all right? Really go and buy more, and then keep it for a long time. Really, this is my personal take. All right. Hopefully that you guys don't get be distracted by me. Okay, so this is another little sharing. So I told you guys I did a bit more for you today. This is something that I want to share with you right now. This is the top 10 US stock to have. Apparently, it's all right. Apparently, yeah. This comes from a source, okay? This source is saying that, right, these are the top 10 US share to have. You can take a screenshot of this. All right, I recognize most of them, but Atom and Aeon, I'm not too sure who are they, what they do. And Elmeter too, but the rest is all right. It's okay. So apparently the number one owned counter apparently is Facebook. Yes, Facebook. Now many years ago, there was this very feng shui master came to Singapore. He's a very famous guy because our local NTUC will always engage him to do feng shui sharing. I think he still do that. I think so. I can't remember. He's a Hong Kong guy. Okay, so apparently he said this, okay, within 20 years from then, okay, he said that one guy will definitely become the richest man on earth. And that person was Mark Zuckerberg. And the time is all right. Facebook haven't got listed yet. I tell you, got listed, but really has still just only starting part only. So apparently it's all right if you actually believe what he says, okay, so you should buy Facebook right now, because if Facebook current price is making maybe this Mark Zuckerberg, right, number 5 or number 4, right? So imagine if let's say he become number 1, the one and only way is that Facebook share goes all the way up. So anyway, where do I get it? Oh, okay, Aeon is insurance. Okay, thank you, Kelza. All right, so you can basically is that because Facebook is all right, there are super investors. These are all the portfolio managers, and apparently it's all right. Out of 72 portfolio manager, 31 of them are invested into Facebook. All right, so where do I get this detail? All right, I'm going to give it to you for free. It's called Dataroma. All right, go and find out Dataroma. Okay, Dataroma, apparently they have this thing called the super investor list. Now, some of them, in fact, most of them we don't really see lah. But of course, there are some very well-known people. All right, so these are the top 10 most owned stocks by the super investors. And this is by percentage. Okay, it means of how much they invested. So other than Wilshire, Hathaway, the next one is Facebook already. And of course, Micron, Bank of America, and so forth. So who are these top super investors? We have this Warren Buffett, Charlie Munger, Bill Ackman. All right, so these are some of the people. Not everyone in the portfolio manager list is popular, but at least these are the people we know. And these are the guys who we also talked about. Okay, so guys, go and find Dataroma and go and find out and see whether you guys like what is shared right over here. Okay, yeah, indeed. So these are the things that you can actually do. So I'm telling you this, I'm not all bearish or bullish, but it's just about sharing information with all of you. Okay, cool, right? All right, so thank you once again, guys. Thank you so much. I played for a while. Okay, don't worry. I only play this every Monday and Friday so that you guys will not be like, oh, allow again. All right, just to remind you guys. Okay, now the thing is this. Last night, we have the lucky draw. All right, the 5 winners. Congratulations to you once again. All right, you get to soon contact you by today. All right, so you can hear what Benedict, right? You can hear his voice. Okay, his knowledge and his maturity in this field itself, right? He will be sharing loads of great stuff with you guys on that day. All right, very powerful stuff. Okay, and we have now. We have now. Okay. We have now more than 180 people. In fact, I just got the latest update. We have about 200 people. Wow! We have 200 people registered for this event already. More than 200, okay, to be precise. So just 24 hours, less than 24 hours, you have 200 people. Wow! I mean, seriously, that is where we are really growing. My goodness, 200 people in just 24 hours. I mean, I know that you guys have been strong supporters of us, but even other academies, right, may not get 200 people registering in just a span of 24 hours. You guys are excellent, right? These guys are really fantastic. I mean, our community is 500 people, and yet 200 people have registered, all right? Think about this. This is a very strong validation that how close are we together as a community, and also how much trust you guys have to share this thing with your friends. So guys, we have only 300 seats available for the day on the day itself. Okay, so you guys really must register. Don't do last minute. You last minute, no matter how, I can slot you in. Okay, so guys, quickly pass the message down. Tell your friends that this is going to be a great session. Okay. All right, Colin. Yeah, you register. Okay. Weekend don't try to Shadigram. Okay, I understand that. Okay. Quickly, left not many seats. Okay. All right, so in the second half of today's morning MAO, we talk about the Federal Reserve that prints. We talk about the working indicator that failed. Inflation is no longer a worry, and the hourly earnings and stuff like that are actually still at the low end. Okay, so we'll be talking about this in the second half of MAO. So let's look at local news. Okay, local news, why we have a very good rebound case. All right, apparently, all right, reduced. Okay, should be right, reduced. Okay, 6 new community cases. Oh, well. From 20 to 10, now we have single digit. That's very good. And apparently the Tan Tock Seng Hospital cluster has no more. Okay, wow, good job, man. That is great. So apparently now in Singapore, we are now in a very positive position. So really hope that 13th of June itself, right, something will change. All right, I really hope that by 13th of June, we can go back to, 5 in a group, and we just hope that, right, we can eat outside. It's not that very difficult, I tell you that. I mean, tapao everyday bag itself is not too bad, but I really miss eating with you guys. So let's just see whether can Singapore go back there. But of course, with now Malaysia and Vietnam, and every country is having a bit of problem, including China. Let's see. Yes, indeed, is it, Eric? 40% active supporters is really fantastic, really incredible. Now, of course, we have some local and global news to share with you. All right, apparently now I think you guys have watched this viral video going around. I wouldn't play this, but it's just that really unnecessary. I think that really we have to understand this. We are from different races. We need to really be, or even religion, we need to really be accommodative. All right, and no, there's no reason for this guy to really comment seriously, so in my opinion. And I really hope that Shanmugam will really do something with this properly. All right, I think this is a very dangerous position. He had to do it and do it properly. So, of course, our PM has went for a little short break. Okay, he's go for a local leave for 5 days. All right, I wish him well. I'll take a little break. So come back stronger next time, okay? All right, but the one that's really hitting the world is now from CNN, is that global food prices surged to the highest level in a decade. And it's really happening because I did mention to you, once the pandemic hits, right, a lot of countries will not be able to supply food because of logistic, administration, manpower, all these problems have come in. So do expect your food prices to jump. So guys, rather than you look at it and stare blindly, why don't you just try to hedge it by doing some investment that makes more sense, all right, in the market. All right, so that's why I say look at forward for this gold and silver talk show. Okay, so this is what happened on the USA Economic Calendar. All right, last Friday, we are supposed to have 650,000 jobs. Apparently only 559 came in. All right, the unemployment was better than expected, 5.8%. So was I right? Well, I was not correct. Okay. I mean, I expected a reduction, so I was right in that manner, but my number was 480, so I'm far away. Okay. Then this my number was 6%, it came out 5.8, so I'm totally wrong on last Friday. So hey guys, when I'm right, I share. If I'm wrong, I also tell. All right, so this is me. But basically what I'm trying to say is this: the number did drop. So the expectation was 650 and came out 559. So it's not a good sign. But apparently it's all right. This is not a good sign. It's actually a good sign. Okay, I know you're kind of confused already right now because this is what the USA the officials trying to say that. All right, apparently US officials says that if the numbers are not good, it's good. That means we can continue to taper. We can continue to add in more money into the system. So that is a very interesting way to look at data right recently. All right. So this week itself is kind of flat, except for the core CPI. Okay. So what happening is that Tuesday, Wednesday really don't have much thing today. Of course, nothing much. So it's only Thursday whereby we have the core CPI, and obviously itself, right? The previously was 0.9. That's where the market was shocked. Okay. Now they believe that it will reduce to 0.4, which I kind of tell you that it will reduce, right? I believe that it will reduce also. Why? Because you can see there's a lot of money flooding the market again. So I still take this point here. I still believe it will reduce, but to me, it's about 0.6%. My view lah. Okay, so initial jobless claim itself, right? In my opinion, it still will be around the higher figure. I don't believe 371. I believe it's going to be 380. Okay. So again, all right, I'm taking a bit of different view right now here again. So this is my take. Let's see whether it happens. Okay, we come back on Friday to verify this. Okay, guys, that is the thing here. Let's see the US Dow Jones all the way rocketed from the opening to the end. So that show you the power NFP. All right, so US S&P rises on Friday to close out the winning week. All right, at the near record high. So basically, they're saying that, okay, because there's no much, the market has a better recovery in data, so they feel that, right, there is going to be more upside. So apparently, even the tech shares has recovered. So big news is that, okay, look at it, okay, the number came in slightly lower than estimated, all right, but still show a healthy rebound in the labor market. So trying to tell you that, right, even though the consensus is there at a higher level, but the number come out lower, but it's still positive, means it's good. And of course, the unemployment data, the figures have dropped from 6.1 to 5.8. Wow, suddenly from 6.1 can drop down to 5.8. So you see this how things really happen in America. So to them itself, now this is a Goldilocks for risk, which means that it's not too hot to bring in the federal and it's not too cold to worry about the economy. So that's why I tell you this. In short itself, they're telling you this is the best time to buy into the stock market, because if the market is bad, US Federal Reserve is going to pump in to short the market. If the economy is doing well, that means that you are in the right spot. Don't need to worry. Okay, so that's why they are telling you this. No matter how, it's a good time to get itself involved in the stock market, no matter how. All right, so this is what's happening in America. But this morning, Janet Yellen says federal rate hike plus. Oh, okay. So apparently, right, Yellen says that, right, it's actually a good idea to have a rate hike because that will actually give confidence to the economy. And that means that there will be more upside to go. So now they're telling you, initially they say that inflation is no good. Then they say it's good. And the market bought into that. Now they say interest rate is a problem. No, now they smooth it and say, no, actually it's a good thing. So no matter how it's out, inflation or interest rate has no problem to stock market or economy. So that's why I tell you this, when you study Economics 101 and you do it in the real world, so I tell you, you're going to flunk big time because whatever you learn in school really doesn't really apply. Seriously, all right? Unless you can write both sides of the coin and that teacher that marked for you have to actually accept this, okay? That's why, if you remember my old story about how I literally flung my economic paper is because I was just being real with what I share. All right. So this is what happened in the US market right now. Let's go through what happened on Friday. Quick one. Friday shows that the KSI is green in color. So no matter how it's out, you should be a buyer, right? So apparently above OP, above pivot one, no need to say it's always a buy, 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 buy. We've said this so many times. Above OP, above pivot 1, no matter what you do, it's always a buy, 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 buy. So of course, the whole entire day, we didn't trade that much because the market was before FOMC. Sorry, before the non-farm payroll. So when the non-farm payroll come out, and you can see straight away, it's above OP, it's a CCRY, and the one thing to do is just stick to the long side. So if you had done that to sell, right, you would have bought somewhere here and bought somewhere here. And of course, both of them were equally right because both of them are CCRY and they're above OP. All right, of course, the first one that you went in to buy, you may have a bit of heart attack for 1.5 hours, but after that, it's all right. The market went up, so you still make money. So that is what is happening right now. Okay, so that is what happened. So remember the rules. This is very, very important. Okay, I just saw that Colin just text us say that Hong Kong is coming off. Let's take a look what's now happening now. Oh, indeed, Hong Kong has just came off a little bit. Okay, Hong Kong, because cash market is just open in Hong Kong. That's why. Let's look at China first. Now, China is down right now to the MLP of the BNB, but it's getting some support at the moment. If the market stays above the MLP, China A50 can rebound. All right, but if the market goes below the MLP of the the BNB, then there'll be some selling. All right, and of course, if let's say we do a bit of hypothesis, if you look at the range here, hold on. Now this is the range of the BNB, right? Can you take a look here? It's the range of the BNB. So if let's say the market really goes below the BNB SL, that means that you go down to here, right? Now, what is not so nice is that means the market will lose the MA30 and MA200 at the same time. And if that really happens, then of course, this will cause some selling in the Chinese stock market. And if that happens, of course, Hong Kong will also go down. So traders, you have to watch this MLP very closely. If the market loses its MLP, then the last support will be the BNB level, the SL level here. If the market also loses that, then we will really get into some serious selling. Okay, so traders, you have to be very careful watching this market right now, because if you do a hypothesis, this can actually be possible. Okay, so traders, please watch out for this. Okay, just give me a moment. Okay, all right, so that is the China A50. Okay, so let's just look at Hong Kong right now. Hong Kong now is trading lower. Let's go to 5-minute chart. Okay, hold on. Trying to stretch the chart a little bit. Wow. Okay, such a big candle down. All right, you can see that it was trying to go up initially, but then after that, when the cash market opened, the Hong Kong market just come down very fast. But I told you guys today, KSI is green in color. So watch out for any CCRY at KTR -1 to -3. Watch out for that, okay? Only when you see that happening, then you can look for the trade, all right? Remember that it's very important exercise that you must follow, right? You must wait for the color to change at the KTR first, then you can jump into the market, okay? All right. So, okay, so that means I come to that point, so I can do now the US stock market overall already. Okay, let's do it. Okay, here we go. This is the US stock market. So let's just be very objective here. End of the day, my job is to share things with you. Your job is to make your own conclusion before you enter the market. I think the saddest thing in life is that, right, when you ask for someone's assistance or help and a person provide help to you, end of the day is that either you accept it with graciousness or you just, okay, just give a smile. All right, whether end of the day the person help you. Because if you were to take my sharing and then after that, misuse it or misinterpret it, and then if you happen to lose money and you complain, that's very sad. Okay. All right, so for today, MLP for the Dow Jones is somewhere around here. That is about 34,650 level. The MA30 is somewhere around here. That is 34,400. I'll write it down for you because I think that writing down is better, because some people are actually, when they screenshot my thing, they misrepresented it because there is no vocal voice, right? So they will just say things that, rather hurtful, and things that I didn't say, they say, and they say that I said it. So that's why I rather take some effort to, write down for you. Now, it's really not easy to write with a free hand. Apology. I don't have a good handwriting to begin with, but this is what we are seeing right now. Okay. So what we are seeing here very clearly is that we have the MLP at 34,658. Of course, you have to draw to scale. I didn't do that. Then the MA30 is about 34,400. So as long as the market stay supported at these two levels, the market can rebound. So let me just show it to you in terms of drawing. The market can come down to here and then after that rebound and go back up again. And this time around, it may test the resistance that I always been saying at about 34,803 level. Okay, that's one way that it may happen. The other way is that it may drop all the way down to MA30 and then rebound. All right, so there's two reasons that the market may rebound, either the MLP or the MA30. Now, the MA30 has proven itself that every time when the market hit the MA30, the market will always rebound. So my friends, if let's say you haven't been buying stock and you want to buy it, so give yourself some time. Give yourself some time, wait for it to come down, and then at the cheaper end, when it hit the MA30, then put a buy limit order somewhere there when it hits there and rebound. So that is my point, guys. This is how we do this here in this sharing session. You are supposed to see, observe, wait for the best time to enter the market. So for those who haven't bought it, you want to buy it cheaper, let the price come down first. Then you look to buy, okay? So that is what I'm trying to say. On the flip side, if the market loses the MA30 and trades below MA30, then of course the market has the potential to come down all the way. Now, of course, where can it go? Well, you can see my blue line here. This is a blue trend line. So if the market do really come down, it may hit this trend line and then rebound, okay? So these are another reason where the market may hit and rebound, okay? So you see that I'm very bullish in this level here by telling you what you can do if you feel like buying. All right, now what if the market loses MLP, loses the MA30 and loses below the MA line? Then what happened? Okay, then I can tell you this very upfront. This number must watch already. This number is 33,338. Now, 3 weeks ago, I've been using this number and I tell you guys, look out to this buy. And you see that if you follow, I tell you 33,338 to buy, you would have bought at near the low, and then you're now in a great profit of more than 1,500 points. So you see my point, guys. I really said this long ago. When the market was trading here itself, hitting the all-time high, I already tell you guys, put a buy limit order if you want to buy back your position at 33,338. I said that, right? Remember, those who remember that I said this number, please key this number now, 33,338. Please key it right now, okay? Because I can tell you this, okay? There's nothing to hide. Because if you go back to the MAO videos that was around this area, I already say the market will come down to 33,338. I gave a specific figure and I said that, right, go there and buy back your position. And apparently itself, the market hit that level and beautifully rebounded. Wow. So now I'm saying this again, if the things really comes down again, if the market ever break the blue line, then next the market will come down to the same figure, 33,338 again. I'm pretty confident of that. Okay. All right. Thank you guys for those who have remembered this and verified, right? Thank you so much. Okay. We are very precise with our sharing now. We don't have to give bullshit stuff. End of the day, we give real stuff here. Okay, thank you guys. I write take a picture of this so that people can remember. Okay, thank you. Wow, Hong Kong is still coming down. Huh? Wow. Okay, let's see what happened in Hong Kong. Wow, still coming down. Hong Kong is still coming down. I think it will go down to pivot 2. Yeah, I think it will go down to pivot 2, and maybe that is where the support will be. Okay, let's see whether this happens. If the market loses pivot 2, then that's it. That means that the selling is quite adamantly clear. All right, let's see later on. Okay, let's look at the Dow Jones now. We cannot, put all our time into this. Let's look at Dow Jones now. Okay, so Dow Jones day chart. Let's take a look at Dow Jones day chart for today. Dow Jones today, KSI is still green in color. That's why you can see my bullish tone. All right, the KSI is green in color, means that the market will still be looking to buy. But of course, once the market is below OP, but between the two pivots, that means that you need to wait for KTR -1 to -3, okay? That is the most important thing. When the market is supposed to be an up day, but now the market is trading below OP, then you need to wait for it to come down to KTR -1 to KTR -3, do a CCRY, then you can buy. If not, you cannot buy. Are we clear with that? This is going to be very, very important, okay? So I can write it down for you. Dow KSI is green, but must wait for CCRY around that. No, CCRY that triggers KTR -1 to KTR -3. Okay, so I already key in for you. There's no way you can get it wrong. So at the moment now, let's take a look at the Dow Jones. Still very early in the morning, so I don't really comfortable to give any calls here. You can see that yeah, it came off. Okay, but what is interesting is this, everybody. Do you notice this? This is a BMB. BMB, you put two lines at the top and the bottom. This trigger a CCYR. This is a CCYR triggering the OP. OP is a trigger too. So BMB followed by CCYR trigger the OP. Naturally, the market will come down. I mean, this is not hindsight. This is something we learn. So how low will it be going? Well, by logic of this, the market have to come down a fair bit. The market has to break down the TSCB 15-minute chart. This is the first level. So I think that Dow Jones will come down to 34,634. That is the KTR -1. So traders, look out for this. Let the Dow go down to 34,634 KTR -1. Then you see whether does it have some support around the area. If it does have some support, maybe the market will go up from there. Okay, so 34,634. Okay, all right, cool. Okay, thank you. NASDAQ, okay, NASDAQ also interesting. Let's watch out for NASDAQ. So NASDAQ is also showing some form of resistance. Let me just bring it in. Why I draw it there? Sometimes we draw, we can't remember why I draw it there. Okay, let me see. Okay, I don't have no reason for that. Okay, anyway, MLP for today is at 13,648. Well, the market is still staying above the MA30, so there's no real concern. So I kind of suspect that maybe later on the market may come down to the MLP first before a rebound. That is 13,648 around there. Okay, that's MLP. The rest is still pretty bullish for time being. Okay. All right, S&P 500. S&P 500, let's take a look right now. S&P 500. Well, I remember I told you guys there's a very strong resistance at 42.35. So as long 42.35 is not tested, it's going to be very hard to go up. So 42.35 is a very strong resistance based on what we know in PTP. Okay, so now the market seems to be kind of resisted at this level here. Now today the MLP will be here. The previous BMB, where is it? Oh, it's here. Okay, so as long as the market S&P doesn't break below the BMB RL, things are good. The BMB RL is somewhere about 42.14 level. All right, as long as it stays support, I think it's fine. All right, with the market right now moving down like that, maybe we should watch out for here, 42.14, before we see any form of support. Okay, all right, so let's look at Hang Seng again. Hong Kong is down. Oh no, Hong Kong has just broke below the MA30. Hong Kong has just broke below the MA30. Wow, okay. Seems like there's some serious trouble here. Now, MA30 today is already at 28,766 level around there. And now the market is trading below the MA30. So that means the next number the market could be going over here. And that will be 28,483. I'll put it down for you. Yeah. That is the next fresh chocolate bar, not touched before. So there is a possible chance the market may be going for that. So that is 28,483. Okay. So I kind of suspect that Hang Seng today may drop down all the way to 28,483 because now it has broke below the MA30. And the last time when we see broke below MA30, usually there's some selling. Okay. That was the last time we saw this, and the previously was here, and of course the Hang Seng dropped even worse. The last time was here, it dropped here. So you can see that. So when the market dropped below the MA30, it's never a good sign. So with the selling right now, it seems that the Hang Seng is going to go down to 28,483 level. So traders, you may want to watch the market closer for today. Okay, all clear on this? If all clear, please keep the word clear right now in the group chat, please. Right, thank you. Thank you very much. All right. Okay, so that is Hong Kong. Let's look at DAX today. Now, DAX went up to new all-time high. Wow, congratulations to you, Uncle Arun, again. Now, last week we talked about MLP, and you can see that the DAX hit the MLP and rebounded and crossed the new all-time high. So you can see the MLP is very powerful to use, guys. MLP is really very good to use. And I tell you guys, MTrader use a lot of MLP for trading. As long as you know how to use MLP, every day is all right. There's only one number to watch out for, and you just have to stick with it. All right, so for today, it's all right. As long as the market stay above the BNB high, there's no real concern. But with the current market now, like Dow and the Hang Seng is dropping off like this, I kind of suspect that the DAX may also be pulled down later on. So DAX may gap down later on and trade down a little bit. Okay, it may trade a bit. But as long as the market stays above 15,470, I think you are pretty safe right now for time being. I believe that DAX may be some support around here. Okay. All right. The MA30 is nearby. So that will give another strong reason to expect some support here. Okay. So look at the BNB SL for support. Okay. That will be the thing to do. Thank you, sir. No problem. All right, by the way, I will be calling Arun later on to just check if he went and having do the little interview. I also be checking with Sister Cynthia on how we go around it. All right, so end of the day is that after the 19th of June event, we will have another event. This is in-house, so it's only for our own students only. All right, it's only for all students. So which means that we also need to be fair. We will do some verification. So the signing up will be a little bit different. And of course, your webcam has to be switched on. So to be fair, it's all right for this coming event, the ACK event. All right, which means it's Arun, Cynthia, and Cal. This talk show for in-house for our TWB student. The only requirement is that your webcam has to be switched on that day. So if you cannot have your webcam switched on that day, sorry, but we will remove you from that event. So of course, we give you way ups in advance notice so that you guys can get your webcam up. Whether it's handphone or it's laptop, then you're going to find your own resources to do that, okay? So this one is very important because if you want to be fair to these people who take their time and effort, then at least showing your face will be very important, okay? All right, so that will be the one key condition for that day. It's free. It's only for TWB students only, okay? So we need to verify your existence. And of course, again, if you don't show your face, like you hide here, hide there, hide everywhere in the world, we cannot see your face, we also remove you. If you want to watch, if you really got difficulty to show your face, then watch the replay, but you won't be able to participate in the question and answers area. So you get my point? So my point is this: there's nothing to hide. If you join any event, I think they also want you to show your face. So I don't know why come to Trade the Boys, some people doesn't want to do that. All right, whatever it is, if you think that, hey, you don't want to share because you are something here, then too bad. Okay, when would that be? It'll be a weekend, the Saturday. All right, I'll let you know which Saturday would that be. I'll check with the two of them to check their time so that we can actually do this. Okay, all clear? Huh? Right, Sister Cynthia and Arun. Okay, I think that is fair. So right. Okay, can Okay, so that's DEX for you. And the last one that I always want to share would be our Nikkei. Yay, bring our Nikkei friend in. Now, this is Nikkei. Nikkei is now trading below the MLP. So that's another reason why the market seems to be weak today. All right, this MLP. And the MA30 is somewhere here. And that is about 28,665 level. So the MLP now tells you that the Nikkei is trading below it. So that's why we are looking at further potential downside. All right, to the downside to about 28,665. Okay, that is MA30. So of course, now we are still very far away. So I don't think need to be worried. Okay. All right, so we have come to all the indices. I covered all the indices already. I think so. Okay. All right, Hong Kong now. Let's take a look at Hong Kong again. Is off the lows, but it's still at the lower end, so looks not so good. So we watch this closer. Okay, all right. So now let's look at the commodities market. Gold. Now gold basically for the entire week itself, right? Gold was up for a moment, then it came back down to 1860s. Then after that, it recovers back again to 1890s. All right. So gold has been trying to, trying to go up initially, but then again, there was some concern of the US dollar. That's why the US dollar climbs up. And then after that, the gold came off. All right. So now there's not much news in the market on gold, but they're saying that gold rebounded because US non-farm payroll shows there's fall of expectation. So because of that, the dollar actually came up a bit. So now they are saying that overall itself, right, the gold may go lower, all right, because of the CPI data is coming out, and they feel that there might be some movement in this before the June FOMC. Now, June FOMC is next week, and of course, most people are looking at no rate hike. But of course, if let's say Yellen, the way she said this morning, seemed to insinuate that there's a hike is good, and who knows, things may all change again. All right, so watch this play. So last Friday for gold, let's do a quick one. For gold, opening price was here. So now remember this, there was no pivot on gold on Friday. So we already say already, no pivot for gold, no pivot. That means you look at the opening price. But because the KSI is red, the market will likely be favoring the sell first. But if the market goes above OP, the rule of the game is to buy. But because the KSI is red, we will not see closing near the high. So that was the same formula that we'll be repeating like a broken recorder every other time. So if you look at the whole thing itself beautifully, this is the opening price. All right, now you notice there's a pivot, two pivot here, right? When you notice that when the two pivot line comes together, but there's no line, that means that there is no pivot on the day. All right, there's no pivot. That means that I didn't really refresh my screen. But if you see something like this, that means that actually that day got no pivot. So what happened? The market really came down and beautifully, look at it. Oh my goodness. The market, the TWB system have computed the number KTR -2 for you. And the way that gold came down, the low of the day is almost exactly that same level. I mean, really, which system can do that? Think about this for a moment. Then after that, where is the buying point? Look at this, my friend. This is the KSI jump. I think some of y'all spotted it right. The KSI jump and straight away go to stabilize at the OP. And of course, just moments before the non-farm payroll, do you notice that the KSI was all green in color, meaning the buying is in? And there's a BNB right here. So obviously, once the market crosses the BNB, crosses the CC, make a CCRY, we all know that by the rule above OP is a buy, and straight away go pack a jam from 1878 went up to 1893. So they went up by almost $15. My God, guys, that's a lot of money. That's one contract, $1,500. And imagine that is the type of thing you should do. And you can see every time when BMD comes in and you come with a trigger, I tell you this, the probability of winning money is so high. Okay? So guys, this is a very simple system. It really breaks down to you. Other than short of telling you what to do, right? I mean, that is really a very impressive system. So if you agree that this is an impressive system, can you help me to do a keyword impressive? All right, right now, key the word impressive for me so that I can get some scoring. And those who haven't really liked my today's MAO yet, can you do that? I only see a couple of likes at the moment. Do me a favor, increase the like button, okay? All right, the like that's beside the comment box. Okay, Ken? All right, can you do that for me? Thank you. Right, thank you guys. Thank you for your validation. I really appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, thank you guys. Thank you, appreciate that. Okay, let's continue then. Thank you, appreciate that. Okay, so now let's talk about gold right now. Okay, let's talk about gold. Wow, Hong Kong is still down. Wow, Hong Kong is down to 630 already. Oh shit, what's happening, man? Okay, wow, China A50 has dropped below MLP and it's now heading towards the MLP of the blue line. That is a BMB. I mean, that's the big white candle. Now, I want to say this one more time. If the China A50 drops below the blue line, all right, that is the first signs of warning. And if the market drop below the BMB SL level, that means the market is going to go for the MA30. I can tell you this is very outright, okay? And of course, I did say that if the Dow Hang Seng go down further, it'll be going down for the 28,483 level, okay? So how it goes up will be how it comes down. Chocolate bar theory is always like that. You learned this before, so this is nothing new. So you guys can consider to do this, okay? Okay, so now what is going on? Like this, what I'm saying that is because maybe what this Janet Yellen says about the potential rate hike is possible. You look at it from the way I look at the market right now, or is it because there's some problem in China and lockdown? Is it? Anyone can tell me what is the reason why China and Hong Kong is coming down so fast? I don't think it's an interest rate factor, right? It should be something to do with their lockdown. Am I right to say that? Can anyone verify this for me? I can't verify right now. Okay, so let's just take a look here. Okay, so we have gold. We have the gold as a BNB, right? 1909 and this 1865, all right? So now what do we look at for? Okay, let's look at that. MLP is somewhere around here. Sorry, the MA30 is 1873. Then one more line, the MLP for today is somewhere around here. Okay, about 1881. Okay, so very simple. All right, very, very simple for today. Today, MLP is about 1881. So that is the first support that the market has to hold. Then the MA30 will be the 1873 level today. All right. So if the gold pulls back to 181 to 1873, both levels are for buying. Okay. All right. Now, the last support, which is very critical, which is still the 1865, that is the BMB SL. Okay. 3 numbers. Now, if the market really, because it's because of the US interest rate factor, the dollar will rise and the gold will fall. And if that really happened, then of course things can get very drastic. All right. So I think for today, we talk about the buying first. 181 1873, and 1865. Okay, these are the three numbers to watch out for today. Okay, these are the three numbers to watch out for today. All right, in terms of resistance, I think that it's pretty clear that the resistance now is somewhere around here. It's 1908 level. Okay. Oh, okay. China trade data releasing this morning. So must be pretty bad, is it? Okay. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you for doing that. I didn't check that one. Okay. Thank you. Okay. All right. So that is the three numbers based on conventional chart. Weekly chart wise, well, we have a BMB. So we have a bit of issue right now. So I need to put a BMB here. So it's a BMB that we need to watch out for. So if the market comes down to SL, then we take a look. Now it's still a bit far, so we don't need to talk about it first. Silver, well, silver is now holding below, is trading below the MA30. So the MA30 and MLP is around the same area, about $27.60. So if the market go below 27.60 cents, I suspect silver will go back down to SL level here. $27.60 is a pivotal point, which now silver is trying to test right now. Okay. Because Jimmy, if you say China data is not so good, it doesn't really affect gold unless the gold is selling because of equity market. So by the way it's coming down, the only reason that it's coming down is more towards the interest rate. This is my personal take. If let's say I am to be asked this question here. Okay, so let's see the day chart for the gold right now. But I agree with you about the data. Okay, thank you, Jimmy. All right, so now the opening price this morning is supposed to be a buyer day because the market trades open above OP, right? But we have a problem, right? We have a problem because the KSI is red in color. So with the KSI red in color, if the market drops below the P1, which is 1886, that means that there is some selling, and the selling may bring gold all the way down to 1869 level. So traders, if gold is to come down and stay below 1886, gold can come down all the way to 1869. But if gold hit the pivot one and recover and goes back above OP, then it will be a buy already. But because KSI is red, right? So take profit at KTR plus 1 to KTR plus 3. Okay, so that is the steps that you can do. Watch out for gold. If it goes above OP, you can watch already, right? If it's not, then gold may have to come down all the way to 1869 to settle down. Because there's a KCB over there, 1869 and 1866. All right, so these are the two levels to watch out for. Okay. Now, and also the cage is here. So which means that the last day, when the market closed below the cage support level, the next day gold really goes down. But that only can use one time, but indeed it really proven itself. Okay, so that is gold and silver. I hope that I have shared this good enough for you. All right, so we're going to now go into our second part of the MAO, and today's second part of MAO is quite interesting. So if you want to stay on, stay on. If you think that you have enough for this morning, thank you so much. We come back in 15 seconds time. Okay, guys, good morning to you again. Let's continue with the alternate market views right now. Okay, all right, so let's just continue. Okay, so anyone can answer. Anyone can recognize all the last 6 U.S. Federal Reserve chiefs. All right, these are the last 6 of them. Okay, all right. So anyone can? Do you know all of them? How many of you can recognize all 6 of them? Or how many of you can recognize how many? If you can recognize all 6, key 6. If you can recognize 4, then key 4. All right, if you can recognize 1, then just key 1. Lor. But let me see how many of you can recognize all the last six US federal chiefs. Okay, Jerry's can only 4. I think the most of you can recognize 4, but some maybe 3 lah. Wow, okay. Eric say 2. Carl say last 4. Wow, PH Tan, you can recognize 5. Excellent. All right. Okay. Eileen Hosing can recognize 3. Okay. Ethan can only recognize 2. Okay. Don't worry. All right. Let me bring them to you right now. Okay. So, of course, we know Jerome Powell. We know Janet Yellen. We know Ben Bernanke. We know Alan Greenspan. This one is a guy you all may not know. His name is Paul Volcker. All right. He served 2 terms as a Federal Reserve Chief. All right. Now look at what Paul Volcker at the little box there. All right. This is from Wikipedia, FYI. Now, Paul Volcker, he is widely credited with having ended the high level of inflation since in America. Okay, I repeat, he is widely credited for having ended the high levels of inflation seen in America. Paul Volcker. Okay. Then the one earlier him, all right, his name is William Myler. All right, William Myler is all right. He is also the Federal Reserve. Okay, he served as 1 term, and then he was for Jimmy Carter back then. Now he is also one guy who brought inflation to the door. Okay, so in short, it's all right. The last 6 of them from William, Paul, Alan, Ben, Janet, Jerome Powell, all of them is all right. Have really, their job was to print and print and print and print and print. Okay. All right. So you know that is their job already, right? So because of that is their job. Susan, you can recognize 2. Are you sure or not? Oh my God. Ben Bernanke, you don't know him? Alan Greenspan, you don't recognize him? Oh my God. Okay, never mind. All right, now this is the indicator called the Yardeni. Okay, Yardeni is an interesting indicator. Now this indicator is based on consumer confidence, commodities, and jobless claims. Okay, so you can see that since year 2000 and earlier, that this Yardeni indicator and the S&P 500 is always like the same thing. So it's like in a way, like following. Okay. But interestingly, in year 2020, we see a very big drastic change. Apparently, it's all right, okay? The S&P went higher, but you can see that the consumer confidence, commodity prices, and jobless claims go the other way around. Now, of course, they're trying to now come back in again. So the question is, it's very far away. So either this will have to happen. Well, the logic is either that this guy had to run up all the way to chase after S&P, while S&P go through the roof, or the thing will chase up a little bit, and S&P had to come back down to the same level. So this is what it's actually looking at. This can go and Google it up. Yardeni. This is a very interesting indicator, and I tell you this, my personal belief is this will happen. Okay, my personal belief is that this will likely happen. Susan, just wake up, Susan. Okay, all right. So you can see that right now it's all right. The city index inflation data is really through the roof, while the Bloomberg Eco US industrial sector surprise index is at the bottom. So this is telling you that, right, the reality and the stock market and the inflation is really at a different level altogether. So it's just a matter of time. We have to see this coming together. All right. So you can see that although we have a pretty decent non-farm payroll, but if you look carefully, the hourly earnings for employees are still at the lower end as compared to the last 10 years. Okay. If you compare the labor force participation, we are at the very low end. Despite that, now we have more money pumped in the system, but you can see the labor force is not there. So why is that so? Because it's very clear. Now the Americans are saying this, look, we have to protect ourselves. There's a virus going on. I stay at home. I got money. I got a lot of help here and there. and people, even I got no job, I can still ask for help. And of course, end of the day, there's a lot of money giving in, and there's a lot of reduction here and there. I don't need to pay my bills for the next 3 months, 6 months in a way. So of course, with all these things given to me, seriously, as an American, do they think that they want to go for a job? Now think about this. That's why the labor participation is so low, because you are feeding the people non-stop. So because of that itself, right, it's very clear the market will have to keep on pumping more money. Even though they know that you don't pump, the market will crash, but you don't pump, then obviously it's all right, things will get even worse. So that's why they rather pump and let the people, in a way, still enjoy this. But of course, there's always a point that you need to be very careful. So this is S&P Composite Index Regression to Trend. Real inflation adjusted since 1871 with exponential regression. Okay, those who into mathematics will understand this very well. So in short itself, you can see right here is that this is a linear curve that basically, coincide with the market. But what you can see that most of the time, the market will go and tap the line and move around the area. You can see that majority of time, the mean will be around there. But now today, we are so much higher from the line. So that is the reason why I say that the market has to be very careful. And of course, now we have 169% difference between the two, from the line, S&P, and the line. So when this thing get way, way, way too high, the market usually will have to pull it back down. So that is the reason why traders, you have to be very careful, because we are on average itself about 90 to 100 is considered high, but now we are 169 level. Wow, this is crazy. All right, Eric has said the jobless guy on the street don't be affected if the market crash. He still collect his welfare check either way, correct? Exactly. So that's why people don't mind being jobless right now. If every month I got money to make, I got stock market to play, I got Reddit to play, I got WBS to support me. Come on, man. Why must I work? Seriously, in my opinion, it's all right. I won't work. Okay. Well, Susan say gold is coming off. Is it? Let's take a look at gold right now. Oh, indeed, gold is coming off a little bit right now. Yeah, it broke below the pivot one already. Okay. Thank you, Susan. All right. So the GDP versus the Wilshire total market now is at 43 versus 22. We're at 100% level already. Wow. Never in the history of the last 40 years, we have seen such a thing. The last time we see this, when it was so far away, the market eventually pulled back to reality. Then the same thing happened again. The market pulled back to reality. Then the nearest it went was back in 2018. The market still pulled back, but not a lot. But now we are at this level versus this level here. Look at it. We are talking about 100 or one-fold difference there. Last time by 20%, 30%, already a big problem. And now we are like 100% higher. So seriously, my friends, I don't know how, but if you tell me that Cathie Wood now tells me that her price now is cheap to buy, maybe another 20% to another 30% will be a better choice. Now I'm sticking to my gun. I still believe that there should be a 8% drop, I believe, from the stock market. So which means that wherever we are now for the S&P, I suspect that there's another 8% drop in the market. I suspect that there will be an 8% drop. So don't ask me how I get this number. This is my personal view. So you guys do your own homework, okay? All right, so let me explain to you how market really works in a very quick way. All right, you can see that this is how things really happen in the real world. Is that usually at the starting point, the innovators are the one that comes in and get involved, get investors, and the VCs will come in at the early as adopter. Then, of course, people who trust it more will eventually come in. But usually the late majority and the laggards are the one to go in very late, but they take almost about 50% of the second half of the market share. So which means that the late majorities and the laggards will come in and they just shore the market up, and they usually take up 50% of the upside. But you notice that, right, when this is happening itself, the market will usually, the boys will have to take profits and already start to get out already. So by the time when the market share price is going upwards, the boys are actually liquefying their position at the high price to get out of the market. By the end of the day, when the boys are get up ready, then the market is at a peak, and the retailers or the laggards or the late majorities will realize, hey, no one buying. Then the market will flush down very fast. Can you understand this? This is, of course, it's about innovation and users, but the idea is a conceptual. It's about the same. That's why I purposely use this chart to show things to you. That is always how the market plays. So now I want to share this with you, a quick one only. I don't want you to go too deep into this, but this is what I saw from one of YouTuber, and I really like what he shared. This is called the margin statistics, or AKA known as the margin depth. So apparently it's right. It's a total debt balance in the security margin account. So in short itself, when there's more and more debts incurred, usually there'll be a point whereby it hits the highest point, and then when it flips downwards, that's where stock market will usually hit a peak. So let me just show this to you. All right. So what happened is that back in 1997, you can see that the numbers of $103 billion go up all the way steadily to 131. Then after that, you notice that it went all the way up to this November until this area here when the market started to change over. Can you see that? In March 2020, March 2000, that is where the numbers from 299 dropped to 268, and under that number start to go lower already. That is where the stock market start to come down. Trying to explain this to you. So you can see that, right? It went all the way down in 2001 when the numbers go down even faster, right? That's where the stock market went into recession, okay? Went to recession because lesser people get involved in the market already. And only when the market recover is when you see the number change. When it came back from May 2003, when the numbers start to pick up, right? That was the absolute low of the stock market. So you realize that that's a pretty decent, quite a cute way to look at the market. If you look at it right now, right, this is the S&P I showed you earlier. It was down by 37% when the margin debt was going downwards itself, right? The stock market also come down. Meaning short itself, when lesser people participate in the market, right, the stock market will either come down. So that was what actually happened to show you facts and figures. So now the thing is this, if you look back again in 2008, it also performed the same thing, whereby the market numbers was initially at $300+ billion. And then after that, on September 2008, the number suddenly just dropped from 345 to 277. And if you remember that was the start of the bear selling for 5 months until March 2009. Quite cool, right? This information. All right, where can you get it from, right? Don't worry, okay? I know that you guys will want to look at it. Now, this is the website. This is a website called finar.org. Investor, learn, invest, advanced investing margin statistic. All right. So don't worry. I'm going to key to you right now. You can go and try it out. Okay. It's quite interesting thing to watch out for. And that's why we learn from one another. So I didn't come out with this. Someone basically was on YouTube and I watched a whole video and I like this guy. And of course, he is much better than Jim Cramer. That's for sure. So in my opinion, he shared this. So now, basically, because of that, right now, you can see why the stock market until today is still rising. Because if you notice this, since last year, July, is at 600, 645, 654, 659, 722, 778. So you can see that 722 to 778 itself, right? It's a jump of 50 billion. That's why the stock market jumped up in December and it's still running up. Now, this data is 1 month old. So that means that the next data we need to wait for about another couple more days before we can see the May numbers. So as long as the numbers are increasing, logically, the market will still continue to go up. Only when the market decline at a very big number, maybe down by 20 to 30 to $50 billion, then that means that the market could have signaled you the potential top already. Okay, so this is something to watch out for. All right, if you're interested to find out more, you can read it on your own. Okay. Cool, right? Quite a good stuff, you see, I really take care of you guys. I really want you guys to be ahead of the market. I'm sure no trainers does that, okay? I'm pretty sure of that. All right, so that will come to the end of today's MAO. I truly thank you for today. All right, like again, there's a lot of information, but we can only do it for every day, only a little bit by bit. So guys, take note of your trade today. Take care. Make sure you make good money. This is Cal signing off. Bye-bye.